Hello, I'm Brian Hewlick with Marker Ski Bindings. I'm here today to explain some of the differences and some of the benefits of what we got with our touring bindings, Alpine touring bindings. What we've got here is the Duke. The Duke was the first binding that we came out with 8 years ago. That is ski first, tour second binding. It's a ski binding, as you can see, but underfoot we have a release. And what that release does is it takes this binding from a ski binding to a touring binding. Okay? The Duke is a 6-16 din, metal framed heel, and metal toe cup. This binding is capable of taking it from an Alpine boot sole lug to a rubber boot sole lug. So we're able to accommodate both boot soles in this binding. We come with this in two different sizes. We have a small that goes 265 to 325, and the large that goes from 305 to 365. So small and large, we can accommodate anything from a 265 to a 365 boot sole. Once you take this binding into its tour mode, we do have a flat position, which is key for any kind of flat walking positions. We have a 7-degree climbing bar and a 14-degree climbing bar for your steepest pitches. So this is the biggest and kind of baddest, strongest Alpine touring binding we have in our line. From here, I have a comparable binding. This is the Baron. Okay, the Baron has the same features. And now we've worked ourselves into a composite heel frame and toe cup and a 4-13 din. Still accommodates rubber sole boots and plastic sole boots. We made an extended frame to this binding last year. So it's 28% wider than our old traditional Duke and Baron. We also took our screw hole pattern from a 36 millimeter to a 46 millimeter. We widened the screw hole pattern up to give this binding better energy and power transmission when you're skiing it. So now the screw hole pattern goes right down and up and through the toe cup. So those two bindings are our ski first, tour second bindings. They can ski on mountain all day long, hard packed snow, big wide skis, any kind of ski you want to ski. From there we move into our tour bindings. We have an F12 tour and we have a 10 tour. The 12 tour gets the extended power frame, so the wider benefits to the wider skis with that wider screw hole pattern. This got a little bit of an upgrade to a nylon release mechanism other than the metal release on the other. Goes right back into position. Same benefits and features that you have with the climbing bar. This binding also accommodates a rubber sole boot. It has a little bit more of a different heel. It's a hollow linkage heel to take away a lot of the weight out of this binding. It's got a little bit more of a compact looking toe to trim some of that weight also. But a 4-12 din on this binding, it can go anywhere and do anything on mountain, but it's looking to be walking more. It's a lighter weight binding. And then again, from there, we have that in two different colors. We also have it in this nice black green. And then from there we move into our lightest weight, touring first, ski second binding. Releases underfoot just like the others did, 0, 7, and 14. Again, hollow linkage heel, super lightweight, 3-10 din. This binding comes with a lot of different little features. Majority of these people are going to probably be in a rubber sole boot, so it's got a plastic gliding AFD, and it comes fully dropped down, ready to go for a rubber sole boot. The linkage here for the walking is on bushings, and it's a hollow linkage also. So it's a pin that goes through the toe and the frame of the toe. So it's a real clean, easy, smooth feel in the walking position. It comes with a carbon fiber kind of release mechanism, whereas the others are steel. So we've lightened the load there. We've got the channels that are hollow on this one. This binding has a lot of torsional rigidity because of the dual frame. Some of the competitors that we see have a single frame. You'll lose a lot of torsional, I guess, stiffness out of those bindings that you get more out of this binding. So the skiability in this binding is amazing. It really skis well. When you get to the top of the hill, you got a binding that really feels solid. And that goes for, you know, the 12s and the Barons and Dukes too.